She makes everything she touches and everyone she meets better. I can count numerous people, myself included, who've had the opportunity over the years to really be influenced by Carole, coached by Carole, mentored by Carole, and also help us set our sights and see them through. She's part of the group who landed the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for Cleveland, as well as our downtown sports complexes of the Indian Stadium and the Gateway Sports Complex. Carole was central to that because she saw how that could benefit our entire region. And at the end of the day, I would tell you, I believe her fingerprints are on every aspect of Cleveland's momentum.
Well, I think of Carole and economic development and the work that she did. The first thing that comes to mind is she was a co-founder of First Bank, the first black national bank in our area, and used her strong sense of economic development combined with social justice and what I would say is her hard-headedness in terms of these have to be real projects, providing real impact. I believe that her work at the Greater Cleveland Roundtable stands out, and there's just no question about it. She is one person who I would say knows how to speak truth to power. And Carole, I think throughout her career at the Growth Association, and of course as a business owner of her own and an entrepreneur, was a trailblazer for very many persons.
Well, they're most curious about why Carole would have picked me as her partner. Carole is the best kind of friend, always supportive and loving, and she always knows the right thing to do or say. Her judgment and relationships have been the bedrock of our business at Hoover Milstein, which includes banking, wealth management, real estate, and other general investments. Carole has been a quiet force behind the scenes for so many of the good things that happen in Cleveland.
I'm always saying to people that I've started backward. I start everything with what do I want as an outcome, and I work my way back to putting the strategy together to get me there. Believing in something, whatever it is. The spiritual foundation is, in my view, basic to how you move ahead.
The greatest thing that Carole has ever done for me as a sister is to love me and allow me to witness her life. That's who she was, and that's who she is. A fixer, a make it happen kind of person, a problem solving kind of person, and she kind of grew up that way. I think she thinks she can do anything she sets her mind to, and so do I. She went when she was 19 to work for SCLC and Dr. King. You don't learn this in school, so I was always curious and really asked her, okay, well, who taught you how to do this?
I believe she was perhaps the youngest staff member at that time, and had national responsibilities when Dr. King took his prophetic and historic stand against the war in Vietnam. Dr. Hoover, Ms. Hoover's father, was one of those pastors in the nation who would not leave him at that dangerous and decisive moment in history. Carole Hoover was a part of that team that, in my words, lifted up his arms at one of the most dangerous moments in his career.
Seeing how the presence of people can make change. Dr. King's death made change. The release of Mr. Mandela, and when he came to the United States, and the millions of people who turned out to see him, and it was in the summer, and it was hot, but they lined the streets in quiet reverence. And that was very, very, very impactful. Well, I've been blessed to know many people who have made tremendous sacrifices, and we have young people here in Cleveland in the public schools and private schools. They need to be mentored. We have a lot of very accomplished people in Northeast Ohio who can mentor if they choose. And if they choose, they can change lives. So that can be a shift or a sacrifice, whatever you wish to call it.
So we are thrilled to have her on our board of directors. We reached out to Carole during the Republican convention because we were very worried about major trauma. And Carole was very helpful in connecting us to the right people and helping us understand how we could help.
I served on that host committee, and I know all the various challenges that were held, but we looked exceptionally well across the world. While people were predicting riots and all kinds of disorder, we made a statement through our behavior that we reject that. That's not who we are. And it came off perfectly. Because if you don't talk to each other, you have no way of building trust. And when I say people, I mean people in the neighborhoods, people in the schools, people in government, and in our churches. We particularly need people in our churches talking to people, on an interfaith basis. You cannot show your heart to anyone through email, tweet, or text. So I'm for us showing our heart to each other and beginning to communicate person to person on those things that will cause us to build trust and work together for a better Northeast Ohio and a better nation, because it's all tied together.